Alright, so now I'm just gonna close a couple of my emulator here, and we will make a new way of making our app icon using the resource manager. So resource manager is really amazing because it has a way of creating an app icon, legacy and adaptive icon as well. So that's just like the asset studio that we have seen in a couple of previously videos ago, 2 videos ago I think, or 3, talking about Roman Uric website, which can allow you to make launcher icon, action bar, and tab icon, notification icon, and so on. So I'm gonna use this launcher icon, and for the foreground we want to make a type. I'm just gonna make it choose this. For this one I want to change how it's gonna look, so I'm gonna choose this Android. I will choose this Android for now, and for the color I will make it white, and for trim we actually no, I will keep it the same, and I will decrease it a bit. And yeah, that's foreground. Now for the background I will make it color, and I will choose the color to be primary, like this one, or maybe purple, so we can find the real difference. And you can that's, I think the scaling is related to the image, but since I'm using color, I'm not doing a lot of it. I'm not allowed to use the scaling. Now for the options, you want the generated icon to be which is lower than 26, so basically API 25 and less. I want to be kind of circle. I will keep it circle. And for the round icon, which is for API 25, okay, and Google Play Store is this one. So let's try it now and see how it's gonna look on our device. So click it, and this one will be regenerated, and we will be generating round as well, so we can add our round. So in resource directory I'm going to choose main, so it will override the existing one. I'm just gonna say in, and it will overcome this one, and that's just all. Alright, so now we have changed our app icon, so I'm just now gonna open. In your IC launcher foreground we have this one, and for the background I can't find the background here, so I think it's just for single foreground. And now for the launcher I'm gonna close it to open just to fix any problem. Open the drawable. Yes, we have this foreground. Gonna refresh. Alright, so now we have only the foreground. For the web map we should have, I'm gonna reload as well from the disk. Alright, now we have this background which we don't want because we don't really have this purple background, so that's really something weird. But at least in so I think the problem is that we launched it around it, but let's try to make a new app icon. It's gonna be the same, but for this time it's gonna be I'm gonna just change the icon, and I'll make it like this one. Choose this color just so it can be different. And for the background I will make it I'm gonna make it black, just for case it's gonna be ic._launcher background. And for the options, yes, and I'm not choosing a specific yeah, the square, I want it to be square, I don't want it to be rounded, so I'm just gonna say round. I'm gonna replace. Now I'm gonna reload from the disk all those elements. So we should have, like, I'm gonna remove this one, and I'm gonna remove this one because they are not being good. So now we have our IC launcher. Right, so yes, that makes sense now. Now we don't really need this one. And for the IC foreground, which is being used here, but for the background, we don't have a background because we are using color. So this is why we don't have background. So that's basically how can you add using a resource manager, and I will do it one more time. And in order to fix all this kind of misinformation and misleading stuff, I'm just going to remove the IC launcher in our map directory. So I'm just going to delete it anyway, and I'm going to delete this foreground. Now we don't have an icon in insert. So open your resource manager, choose image assets, choose launcher icon, adaptive and legacy. Now let's name it IC launcher, and for the foreground I'm just going to say QR. I'm going to take this one, and I'm just going to say fill now. And I will choose the color to be primary, or actually white. I will choose a white color, and I will not trim it. And for the scaling, I will keep it like, I will say 75. Yeah, I will leave it at 75. And now I will change the color to be the primary color. Yes, and now for the options, I will make it square, not circle, square, and I will call next to replace all those elements that we have. And I'm just going to see it. And we have some values. I see launcher, which is just the color we have. So I'm just going to say finish. Now we have our resources. In our resources, I'm going to reload from disk. Now we have 6 IC launcher icons, which has this one, and we have the rounded format as well, which only works for API 25. So here we can make Android round icon, and we choose IC launcher round, which we have also a rounded icon. Alright, so the rounded icon is this one. So now let's rerun our app and see how it's gonna look on other devices. Alright, so after running the 2 apps on those devices, it's now working fine. We in order to change the app icon, we need to change the icon, default icon shape on the emulator itself, but I can't really find how can I change the app icon. So there are third-party application which handles this approach. So basically that's it now. Like, for making an app icon, that's basically how you can make an app icon. You're using either icon.kitchen, which makes an Android, iOS, and web app icons, or you make using the Android resource manager here. So that's all for how can you make an app icon and add it in your application.